All right, this is going to be a reading for Capricorn and Scorpio. Okay, so let's see what's going on for both Capricorn and Scorpio. Okay, so I'm hearing set me free. There's someone who's looking back at you, and this is a group of friends, and one girl's looking back at a bunch of other friends. It's like you're being alienated from the group for some reason, probably because you said what you believed in some way. What is this pentacle? It looks like you might have, you're being alienated for basically admitting your faith in something. Like maybe friends of yours aren't religious and you're religious, or that kind of situation. So you're looking back like, after saying whatever it is that you said with this Queen of Swords about how it is that you believe that you can basically live a prosperous life, and you got into a conversation with them about faith, and some of the group, I'm just seeing like some of the girls just like laughing at you. This is a group of like younger girls, and it might not be with everyone. But that's the image that I'm seeing. And it doesn't matter, because you see where this card was pulled, right in the center, right in the center. So you said what you believe. You believe in this temperance. There's this temper to you that's very yin. It's very easy, but you actually spoke up for yourself in some way, and this hand that's being highlighted here, I'm hearing that it was divine. Like you had to be the person to be the one to say this for whatever reason. So in the future, it looks like this is going to end up giving you a lot of empowerment in the long run. And I think that whoever's watching this is not, you might be like not too old, right? And so you're like kind of feeling like your opinion isn't valid, but you're gonna end up being seen in your life as this hierophant, as this person who is a teacher, and you might even end up teaching like religion or something. People will look to you for guidance, and this is who you are now. You show up as the Empress, so people see you as this very lucky. They see you as a lucky person, and you have a really supportive family. Let's take the 5th card. And it says, maybe you can see that. It says release. It's the dandelion. So this is basically encouraging you to let go of what just happened, because you have this energy to you, and you are a teacher. And you see these reds that are coming through. Also, I just happened to bring this little red little kitty, which I never bring that one in. So there's a lot of innate like wisdom that you have, especially at in an early part of your life. And the thing that grounds you, look at that. It says wisdom. This is the thing that grounds you. This is what I was pulling for your feet. You have wisdom. That is what grounds you in this life. That is what you were given. This is what you have been born to do. You have been born to lead people, to help to enlighten the mass in some way. This is very, very direct, very, very direct feeling. You might even be from, like, it seems like your family might be some sort of, I think they're split up. They like maybe live in different countries. And, but your family has taught you a lot about how it is that you go about life. And I think that you're very close to them. So let's put that up there. Let's do a body, mind, and soul read right here. So we're going to pull 3 cards, and we're not going to use that deck. You will like this deck more. This is this animal spirit. I don't know what that is. I'm bad. Okay. I'll do a review of it and then we'll see. Okay, so the first one says traveler. It's probably a gazelle, and it says adventure and potential. So this is where you're at in your body. You feel like you have this desire. You're seeking a lot. You like to move. You're someone who likes to learn new things. And you might just be getting ready to like start a new phase of life. Like maybe you're going to a certain program in a new school and something. There's some sort of adventure that's happening, or that's about to happen in your physical world. And for some of you, you're moving. That's definite. In your mind, you have the 8 of crystals. It looks like it's a buffalo or a bison. I could be wrong. And it says dedication in progress. So whatever you've been working on, it's starting to manifest in reality. You're starting to be rewarded for the time that you've put into something. And if you were doubting that, you shouldn't, because it's right on top of the Empress. So this is what is supporting this card, essentially. You learning all these things, you building yourself in some way or working on yourself has led to this progress. And in your spirit, which just happens to be over a really spiritual card, over the Hierophant, is love, choice and travel. Oh, choice and trust, or travel. So it's almost like with being over this Hierophant, because of what just happened, you're questioning your faith. And the truth is that you shouldn't. You should just love whatever position that you're in, whatever it is that you believe in, you should love. Because it's going to enable you to be able to be this traveler. This is who you are. And you shouldn't question that. That is direct. Let's go back to this. So let's do a 12 house read. And I usually don't use these cards because I'm not as good at reading them. But I have to get there. So in the first house, we have the Nymph of Wands. This is you and your connection with yourself in a very, your physical body. You're feeling very grounded in the world. Like you probably are at a really active time of your life. In your second house, you have the Warrior of Swords. This is actually showing up as being a little bit blocked. There's some sort of blockage in your second house related to like your physical comfort. That's what you're seeking. And let's see. Let's clarify your second house. How are they gonna gain? Again, you have the Two of Cups, the love. So you're gonna gain physical stability in this world by doing whatever it is that you find joy, you find pleasure doing. In your third house, you have the Three of Swords. So that's illustrating the event that just happened with you walking away from these people. There was like just a big falling out, and the people that you thought had your back didn't. And again, that's showing up as the Tower. This was in communication, and you are shining as you have the Justice card. So know that you stood true to yourself, and now you're basically being illuminated. The way that you speak in the world is going to be more fluid because you were able to put up these boundaries and stick up for yourself. You showed love for the belief that you have in spirituality or in religion or whatever it was. In your fourth house, in your home, it says revolution. So you could be moving, or like maybe this is feeling like it's really like a big step. Like maybe this is the first time you're living alone, or maybe this is the first time you're living with someone else, or you could be getting a new place on your own for the first time, or even like living with people who support who you are. There's some sort of nourishment that you have in your home. And your fifth house is feeling a little bit blocked. And it's not really being revealed. I'm not able to fully understand what this is, but it's showing up as the Nymph of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So it's almost like there's this conflict of communication, or there's no meeting. There's a separation of maybe trying to figure out if you should pursue this or this. You know, if you have two creative outlets, you might not be able to decide. Or maybe if you have brothers or sisters, like you're not able to, something related to speech, like you might be in the middle. That's how it's showing up. You're showing up as being in the middle, like you're the median for your siblings. That's what it is. And in your 6th house, I'm hearing you are strong and bold, and you have the Moon card. You are in touch with your emotions, and I'm also I'm seeing the word fortress. So in your 6th house, in your body, you're in touch with your body because you're aware of your emotions. You might really do practices that enhance your strength. Like you might be really physically active, and this is the way that you deal with the pressure of what's happening. Okay, in your 7th house of partnerships, you have the Spirit of Wands. At the same time that I was pulling this card, I'm seeing someone opening their car door and getting into their car. So it's showing me that you're going somewhere for partnerships, or you have to, it's the act of traveling for a partner, or the act of traveling in order to be in this energy. And your 8th house is again very strong, just like you were showing up. You know, this faith that you have, that you were basically born into, is your strength is in your 8th house. So, you know, this is a reading for what I said, it was Capricorn and Scorpio. You probably have a lot of Scorpio in your chart because the natural 8th house is Scorpio, and you're showing up as the Empress. So regardless of what house this is in, that is a strong area for you, and it's a place that should be nourished. It says perception. So in your 8th house, you might have like a lot of gifts. You might have intuitive gifts here that are about perception. In your 9th house, you have the 8 of Cups. So this card for me is in this deck specifically, this card is a little bit different than in the Rider-Waite deck. There is a slow gradient that's building, and the moon is visible. So there's some relationship to maybe your 2nd house is what I'm hearing, and maybe your moon sign, if it's in this house, there's some relationship to your 6th house, but there's some sort of something cold in the 9th house. There's something that's not, there's something that's not evolving. And maybe this is just where that maybe this could be a fear. It's like you're afraid of not evolving. Maybe because you've had to provide, you've had to teach. You could possibly be like an older sibling, because you've had to give so much. So you're wondering, like, how am I ever going to progress? How am I ever going to, you know, get into this program, or something about school, something about higher learning? Like, are you ever going to be able to get where you want to go? That's definitely happening here. And let's see, how do you get over that? How should they get over this ninth house fear? By becoming the high priestess, by tending to the self, by self-service. Okay. I'm also seeing someone who's bouldering. That might be something that you do, or you are doing to get over that. Take it in whatever way you want. In your 10th house, you have the 5 of Wands, right? So this is kind of a heavy place to be. This is related to the 9th house. It's related to education in some way. But you're really needing to not worry about it, because you're going to end up as the victor. So, and if you see this horse, the way that you read the illustration is that it's looking at the 9th house. So the way to receive the blessing of the 10th house is through the 9th house. So focus on the 9th house to bring in this victory in your 10th house in your career. And in your 11th house, just, you have the Ace of Cups. So the state that you were in at the beginning of the reading is going to serve you in that long run. And in your 12th house, you have the 6 of Pentacles. So you're moving away from this. Whatever happened at the beginning here, at the beginning of this reading, this was one of the first cards we pulled. This is showing that you're moving through and coming into this state that's where you're providing your own fulfillment. And you have the same exact card in the 11th house. So you're going to end up being supported by the people around you and by the ending that's happening. And what is the last and most important message for Capricorn and Scorpio? This is the ending. And people, you know, this card, actually I always get excited when I see this card, because it's just like, you know that the next day is going to be fresh and everything is going to be renewed. You see this? It's this renewed faith. So that's your reading. Thank you so much.